Guys, is there a giant spider in this book? I'm not feeling too great about my chances of surviving this book based on the giant spider alone. Wait, is that Annabeth? What has Rick put you through, my child? Until she met the exploding statue, Annabeth thought she was prepared for anything. We are starting off strong and completely on brand for a Percy Jackson book. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh my gosh, wait, it's Annabeth's point of view. I'm so excited to read Annabeth's point of view. Finally! Percy threw his arms around her. They kissed, and for a moment, nothing else mattered. An asteroid could have hit the planet and wiped out all life, and Annabeth wouldn't have cared. Percy smelled of ocean air. His lips were salty. Seaweed brain, she thought giddily. I waited 2 books for that. All that build up for that moment was so worth it. If you ever leave me again, she said, her eyes stinging. I swear to all the gods. Percy had the nerve to laugh. Suddenly, the lump of heated emotions melted inside Annabeth. Consider me warned, Percy said. I missed you too. Jason cleared his throat. So, yeah. It's good to be back.
Oh my God! You're in the shot, Noah.
All right, so after all that beautiful, beautiful romance, we also have a scary, cold feeling following Annabeth. I'm sure it's nothing at all, and it's gonna be completely fine.
This is not a banger. This is not a banger, and I know bangers.
This is my impression of me if I were at Camp Jupiter. Octavian, will you shut the
But it's time to fight skeletons in the damn snack bar.
We did not just get a damn reference. How? 5? 5 damn books later? Can I count? Okay, so, a ton of stuff just happened. So we had Raina and Annabeth talking, and then all of a sudden, Leo, my boy Leo, started attacking from the ship. So the Romans started attacking them. And they escaped. I'm 100% sure Octavian did something to Leo. I'm Leo's lawyer, Your Honor. He is innocent. He has never done anything wrong in his entire life. And now they're sailing to the Mediterranean, which apparently is even more dangerous than Alaska. Man! See, that would be the worst part of being a demigod for me. Not, the threat of dying at the age of 7, but missing out on the Mamma Mia vacation of my dreams. You can dance. So you all saw me talk about in the original 5 books how much I loved the theme of sort of breaking cycles. In the case of the first 5 books, it was like breaking the cycle of generational trauma. I love how in this book, it appears we're kind of developing a theme of breaking historical cycles. Rather than being a cycle of hate and violence passed down and created from parent to child, it is more about historical trauma and not experiencing firsthand, but instead inheriting a prejudice that comes from myth and legend passed down. I feel like it's kind of exploring how these rifts and divisions get sewn into the fabric of society over time. Maybe I'm getting a little ahead of myself. That's just kind of what, maybe I'm reading too much into it. That's what I'm seeing. But I think it would be really cool if the books continued to explore that, and if they ended with sort of the Greeks and the Romans healing that and like coming together. All right. So maybe it wasn't Octavian, now that I've been presented with new evidence, namely the new evidence being that Leo said it was not Octavian. It's not going to stop me from waiting for Octavian to die, though. Hazel was also Frank's girlfriend, so Leo knew he should keep his distance. Still, her hair smelled good, and riding with her made his heart race almost against his will. Is there going to be a love triangle between Leo and Frank and Hazel? Because I feel like my theory that Leo is a descendant of Sammy, like his grandfather, great-grandfather, something. I feel like the more I think about it, the more that is what it is. Because at first I was like, is like Leo Sammy brought back from the dead like Hazel is or something, but the more I think about, like, I don't think that makes sense. So while I think it would be kind of cute for Hazel to be with like a descendant of like the original love of her life that she lost, do I think that's cute? Is that cute or is that weird? How do I feel about that? If I was dating someone, would I want them to date my wait, I feel like this is getting dangerously into like Twilight rah-rah Rasputin territory here.
Well, no, because they're like the same age, so it's not. Is it a little bit strange though that you dated this person's grandfather?
I changed my mind. I don't want anything going on between them. I don't know. I mean, either way, Frank and Hazel are like my favorite thing ever, and I don't really like love triangles. Frank plus Hazel forever. Hashtag Phrasal. Hank. Do they have a ship name? After his mom died, Rosa had rejected Leo. She called him a devil child. She blamed him for the fire that killed her sister. Rosa had turned his family against him and left him, a scrawny orphaned 8-year-old, at the mercy of social services. Oh, Rick said I will sprinkle in a little extra trauma for you, Leo. Can we start a tally of how many times I ask if we can get these kids some therapy? My goodness. Ooh, okay, a nemesis appearance. Shout out to Ethan, not shout out to him, because he was kind of doing not chill things for Kronos. I guess no shout out. Negative shout out to Ethan. Negative aura to Ethan. And speaking of your brother Nico, you don't have much time. 6 more days, then he dies. Along with the entire city of Rome. But yeah, but who cares about Rome? Like, don't you suggest Nico's going to die? That's my child. That is my flesh and blood son. Also, on a side note, I'm loving seeing Leo and Hazel together. I'm just loving seeing all the characters interact. It's been so fun because we got to know them all, each on an individual level, and now we get to see how they interact with each other. And I was a little bit worried that with so many characters, it was just going to be chaos, but it's not. You know everyone's perspectives. You know where everyone's coming from, so we can really see, like, when they come together, how each person feels, even if you're not reading it from their perspective. And I think that's really interesting. It kind of reminds me of Avatar: The Last Airbender, when they brought, like, say, Zuko in, like, all the characters were together in season 3, and you got to see how characters you never expected to interact would interact, like Sokka and Zuko.
My first girlfriend turned into the moon. That's rough, buddy.
What a poetic dilemma, though. You have this person who looks just like the love that you lost, who has the power of controlling fire, and then you have your new love who you're trying to protect from getting burned. Literally. It's really tragically beautiful. As long as Frank and Hazel end up happy, it's beautiful. The 7th wheel. Leo had heard of a 5th wheel, an extra useless piece of equipment. He figured a 7th wheel would be worse. Leo. I know I said what I said about not wanting Leo and Frank to date. Oh, Leo and Hazel. I mean, do I want Leo and Frank to date? That's a new thought. Oh, this conversation with Echo is so clever. You were cursed to repeat the last thing you heard. You heard, Echo said. Poor thing, Hazel said. If I remember right, a goddess did this. A goddess did this. It's such clever writing, like not only having Echo convey her thoughts through tone, but then you have Rick who's coming up with these phrases that can have a dual meaning based on tone. Oh, I love it. A+ wordplay. Beautiful. Leo. I am so glad that in the midst of all this like drama and them running for their lives and the books becoming more mature and dark, we still have these beautifully unhinged scenes. I'm the supersized McShizzle man, Leo said. I'm Leo Valdez, bad boy supreme, and the ladies love a bad boy. Hashtag Team Leo for life. Of course, a reading vlog is never complete without a snack break, so today we're going to be making the vegan spicy coconut curry soup from HelloFresh, who is the sponsor of today's video. So HelloFresh is a great option, especially for weeks where I'm like traveling or I'm filming a lot, and I know I'm not gonna have as much time to cook. It's just really nice to have the convenience of like a meal that I know I can easily make. It's great because it's customizable, so you can like swap the proteins and the veggie options. Is that not how you distribute the oil?
No, don't shake your butt.
And also, like, I'm a vegetarian, but my family eats meat, so it's nice I can get the vegetarian meals for myself, but I can also order some meat dishes for my family. Maybe get like an up-close shot, like a glamour shot of the pot. Yeah. And if you eat meat, you can also add premium steak and seafood options at no additional cost. You can get a Freeze Willing 4-star chef's knife on your 3rd box, plus 10 free meals, and your first box ships free with the code Magic by Michaela HF. So make sure to use my code to get this deal before supplies run out.
Did you bake this yourself?
Is it good?
That's delicious.
I could do a little twirl. Michaela, watch this. Just do a little, not like that.
I don't want to sound annoying, but I want more Percy and Annabeth point of view. It's just because it's not like I don't like the other characters and I don't want to see their stories. It's just I waited so long to see Percy and Annabeth and I just want like chapters and chapters of just them. I feel like it's really hitting me now that the Romans, they threw a brick at Jason's head. Like, that's terrifying. They were actively surrounded by an angry mob that wasn't just trying to like capture them so they could find out the truth. They were trying to kill them. And like one of their own. They wouldn't do that at Camp Half-Blood. That's all I'm saying. I feel like I still don't know Jason very well, though. I think I need some more chapters from his point of view, like with his memory intact, just so I can know who he is. Because I feel like I can tell you the exact personalities and wants of every other character, but with Jason, I'm just still a little bit unclear. Percy was eating a piece of pie, which for some reason was completely blue, filling crust, even the whipped cream. Percy being this, like, perceived as this big, powerful demigod and leader, and still eating blue food because of his mom. It means so much to me. But all right, we're doing a group sit-down dinner. This is so cool to see all the characters just, like, in one room together, eating together. They're talking. We got the title in there, Mark of Athena, which is a little bit pretentious for Annabeth. I'm not gonna lie. We got twins, angel's breath, key to death. Key to death? That's fun. We also have Piper seeing Jason and Percy and her drowning. Yay! Yay! I'm sure that's not going to emotionally scar me later. Piper rubbed her eyes. That's okay, Leo. You weren't in control of yourself. Yeah, but you still didn't have to stick up for me. Are you kidding? You're like the annoying little brother I never had. Of course I'll stick up for you. Aw, love found family. Annabeth looked apologetically at Percy. He's right, I should stay and help. I'll come back to you. He kissed her on the cheek, promise. They were so easy together, it made Piper's heart ache. This book is just like, keeps hitting me like right in my soul. I take it back, actually. I take it back. I said I wanted more Percy and Annabeth point of view, but actually getting to see Percy and Annabeth's relationship from other people's point of view, I didn't realize how satisfying that was going to be. I didn't realize how like nice that was gonna be. I love it. Dionysus, my man, or actually it's Bacchus. Is that how you call it? Bacchus? Botch? Ah yes, John Green. That's interesting. It's like the form the god takes almost depends on how who they're talking to perceives them. It's like it depends on how they're being observed. Schrodinger's Greek or Roman god. Oh, it's Gaia. I wasn't expecting that. And now she's controlling Percy and Jason and she's making them fight each other. $10 on Percy. These Eidolon. Eidolon? There's no way. Is that how you say it?
Eidolon.
That's how you say it? Anyway, that is an absolutely terrifying development because you can't trust anyone because they could be possessed at any time. You can't even yourself. Trust no one, even yourself. My mic keeps turning off. The sound on this video is hopefully not going to be too weird, but if it is, that's why. Sorry, man, I didn't mean to blast you. Not the first time. Your big sister got me good once at camp. One thing about Percy is that he will always be beefing with a gray sibling. This is so funny. I'm so sorry. I could have killed you. No, I mean, I'm so sorry because I could have killed you. No, it's my fault because I could have killed you so much harder. No, I'm the one who should be apologizing because I would have killed you the hardest.
I feel your pain. I feel your pain as well. Because, I mean, it's not a competition, but I've been through a lot.
Okay, Piper seeing Percy as like a skater boy is kind of helping my perception of Jason, actually, because now I'm picturing like 2000 skater boy versus 2000s jock. But this is what I mean when I say it's so fun to see like Percy and Annabeth from everyone else's perspective, because I, as a reader, I didn't really even clock this in their relationship dynamic until Piper said it. Like, that Annabeth is really the only one Percy, I guess like I knew it in the back of my head, but I didn't like register it. Annabeth is the only one Percy will listen to. Cause like, that boy's just causing problems left and right on purpose. And he's so powerful that literally no one can stop him. Like, he doesn't have to listen to anybody. But the second Annabeth says something, you bet he is in line and he is listening. He's like, yes, ma'am. Like, bro's talking about how great he'd be at killing Jason one second and then begging Annabeth to allow him to eat the next. I love them. Hazel frowned. What's a chicken nugget? I keep forgetting Hazel's like, for 100 years.
Food's a lot better. We used to boil everything. No polio's good.
Okay, so 2 demigods have to die according to this plan. I'm just saying, why does it have to be one of the Prophecy 7? I vote Octavian. Hazel just casually talking to the ghosts that are, by the way, still possessing them is so funny.
Hey there, demons. It's me, your boy.
The fact that she can charm speak ghosts, though, that is cool. That is a cool power. Percy had never been scared of water. It was his father's element, but since the muskeg experience, he developed a fear of suffocation. He knew that he was silly. He couldn't drown, but he also suspected that if he didn't control the fear, it might start controlling him. Percy having some sort of like drowning PTSD is so interesting to me, because I feel like we see these kids go through so much, like book after book after book. Yeah, we don't really tend to see the after effects of it. But like I said before, me wanting to see the impact that previous experiences have had mentally on the characters, it's more just like a personal preference for this story, because I don't think in a series like Percy Jackson it's strictly necessary. I think if we're going to talk about something like The Hunger Games, which is very, very grounded in reality, then it's necessary, because then you lose that sense of realism and groundedness if you don't have any exploration on how all this trauma that Katniss is going through is impacting her in her internal monologue when you're reading it. You lose something if you don't explore that. And then on the other hand, for a series like, say, A Series of Unfortunate Events, which is very much not grounded in reality, it has almost this like surrealist abstract quality to it. You can have the characters just be going through, it is a series of unfortunate events, truly. You can have them going through trauma like back to back to back. And you don't necessarily have to have like a deep psychological exploration of how it's affecting them. In fact, I would say that if you were to put that into a series like that, it would almost take away what the books are actually trying to do. And I think Percy Jackson sits kind of somewhere in the middle. So I don't think an exploration of trauma and its consequences is like strictly necessary for Percy Jackson. I just like it. Take Nico out of that jar, you circus clowns. I'm like, nothing bad better happen to Nico, and then they go and they suffocate him in a jar. Like, what did I say? Am I a joke to you? Rick? So you belong at Camp Half-Blood, that other life. I know, Percy said, but while I was there, I saw so many demigods living without fear, going to college, getting married, raising families. I kept thinking about you and me, maybe someday when this war is over. I feel like I was starved. And now someone has put a feast in front of me, and I don't know how to react. Like, what do you mean we went 2 books with no Percy and Annabeth, and now I'm reading the most Percabeth moments I have ever experienced in this series all at once. I don't know what to do with my emotions right now, guys. So they're in the aquarium, and the first thing Percy says is, "This is a trap." Thank you. Oh my God. Thank you for recognizing and sparing my stress levels by understanding you're going into a trap. That's new, that's different, and it feels great. It only took you 7 books, but it happened. Also, I know this Kate person is definitely going to be a monster, but as someone who's also passionate about animal facts, I can't help but like her.
A few moments later.
She's drugging the monsters and locking them in. Okay, I take it back. As an animal lover, I am not a fan. I am canceling this aquarium. I love that they knew it was a trap, but they just didn't do a single thing differently. What was the point of recognizing the trap then, Percy? I feel like a stressed mother right now. Put on your coat, Percy, and do something about the trap you know you're walking into. Annabeth, captain of the IDGAF club, unless I know Percy is okay.
He sent the monsters after you!
Suck my fat one!
Jesus, what?
Wait, the Romans... I'm sorry, did I just read that the Romans fought with the Confederates during the Civil War? Give me a second. So anyway... Athena, Minerva, whoever you are, when I get a hold of you, -5 billion parenting points to Minerva. But I was also thinking, again, about how this is such a creative way to give us a new story. Like, a lot of sequel series have trouble with creating conflict in the same universe that doesn't detract from what the heroes did in the original series, which is why a lot of the times you get prequels instead of sequels, not only because it's safer, but because sometimes there's no way to continue the story without taking away from the story you've already told.
He marries Ginny. They live happily ever after. There is literally no way to move forward from this point. But if we can't move forward, why shouldn't we move back?
But I think Rick Riordan went such a perfect way with this, because if it had been Athena here that was just being a bad parent, I would have been like, okay, this is kind of regressive. Like, all that work they did, all the work Percy did to change the system, and for what? But by adding the Roman aspects and adding this sort of like crisis the gods are going through with their dual personalities, it really allows for there to be conflict without cheapening the events of the first series, which I really, really appreciate.
All that work, and what did it get me? Why did I do it?
Aphrodite. The goddess laughed. Well, Annabeth could give you some idea. I once promised to make her love life interesting, and didn't I? Annabeth almost snapped the handle off her teacup. For years, her heart had been torn. First, there was Luke, her first crush, who'd only seen her as a little sister. Then he turned evil and decided he liked her right before he died. This is a side note, but I'm glad the show, the Percy Jackson Disney Plus show, seems to not be doing the whole Annabeth has a crush on Luke thing, and which I assume will also mean there won't be any sort of vibes between Annabeth and Luke at the end there, because, like, I don't know. To me, it's weird. To Rick, I know he just forgot how old they are, but I'm glad the show's making improvements on that, because for me, the Annabeth and Luke relationship has always been, like, the most impactful when it's familial. Octavian! This bit. Let me skewer him, Hazel muttered. Please. Yeah! Let her skewer him! Why are we holding her back? I cannot deal with this! All Annabeth had to do was just drop her dagger in the water, knowing her protective attack dog boyfriend would immediately kill whoever needed to be killed once he knew she was in danger. Can I say this is my favorite relationship dynamic, when it's like, it's a girl who doesn't need saving. Like, in this instance, Annabeth needed to be saved, but, like, in general, she's not like a damsel in distress archetype, right? Like, she's fully capable of rescuing herself and taking care of herself. And the guy knows it. Like, he is fully aware of her power and is also a little afraid of her. Yet, if she needs help, he is ready to tear the world apart for her. He's like, I'm here. Who do I need to kill? It's my favorite. It's my favorite relationship dynamic. I love it so much. I love it so much. I am going to die. I'm going to die. Hazel frowned. We can't let them drown, can we? Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can, and you should. Spiders. You're telling me Annabeth was getting attacked by spiders on a nightly basis, and her stepmom, Annabeth's stepmom, when I see you. So we got this conversation between Raina and Annabeth, and Raina's like, I know you're innocent, but somebody's gotta die. Which, like, respect the honesty, but Raina,
Girl, I feel like it would make sense, though, that she would be resigned to just give up and not trust Annabeth's optimism. While they've both had hard lives, Raina has, as the kids say, taken the L so many more times than Annabeth. Like, she has never had a win, so it makes sense she's much more jaded, and she's like, Annabeth, you're not going to be fixing a 2,000-year-old grudge, okay? Just die and get it over with. Also, this is such an interesting conflict because rather than, like, the demigods and Kronos on one side versus the gods on the other side in a two-sided war between good and evil, with a little nuance to it, of course, it's two demigod groups fighting each other without really understanding why they're doing it. It's while the real enemy that they should be fighting is using that division to take over. It's very Hunger Games in a way. What in the Pixar level of tear-inducing storytelling?
Trinity and beyond.
Okay, I'm fine. I called it. I was right. I was right for once. Sammy is Leo's. Is it his great-grandfather? Or... I called it right, guys. I'm not completely bad at predictions. Oh my god, 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 oh my god. Nobody die, okay? Nobody die. Everybody stay calm. Nobody die. Nobody's gonna die. Leo, Hazel gasped. I can't. My arms. Hazel, he said. Do you trust me? No? The problem was, it had been so long since Leo had had a family, he couldn't even remember how it felt. If Leo had a family, it was the demigods on the Argo 2 and maybe Coach Hedge, which Leo would never admit aloud. You will always be the outsider, warned Nemesis's voice, but Leo tried to push that thought aside. Oh my gosh, I feel like I didn't expect, sorry, one of my emotions are just scrambled, I don't know what I'm saying. I just did not expect to feel so much for Leo, like feel so much. My gosh, I just wanted to be happy. My poor, sweet child. I feel like I relate so much, even just where he forgot to do something important and he's like beating himself up and he's feeling like an outsider and he's using humor as a shield, like being the seventh wheel. I don't know. He's so relatable. He's so funny and oh my gosh, just let Leo be happy. Can we just let these characters be happy? That is all I'm asking. Just let them be happy. So they're talking about Frank and Leo and why Frank's a little scared of Leo, and I wondered at the end of the last book actually if something was going to happen between Frank and Leo, because obviously Leo has fire powers and Frank's life is tied to wood, and I just think, like, I don't know, I was just kind of envisioning a scenario where Leo has to use his fire powers or something and has to do something that causes the wood to burn. I don't know. It would be absolutely tragic, but I feel like they're setting something like that up and I'm very frightened. I don't think I would survive that though if that happened. Yeah, Percy said, I learned a long time ago, never bet against Annabeth. This book is gonna send me to the hospital with the amount of Percabeth. So we just met Hercules and he actually seems like a kind of nice guy. Like, he's pretty chill. Seems like a good dude. That's unexpected.
A few moments later.
Oh. Okay. He is not a good dude. I retract that. I cut the cameras. I take that back. He has some serious issues, which, okay, I don't know what I expected. Which god does not have some serious issues? It's so funny to me that, like, mostly all the gods are related, because it's kind of just like, it's this one family terrorizing the entire universe with their issues and making their problems everyone else's problems because they never learned, like, emotional regulation skills. You would be my bride to compensate for my loss. You were too modest to suggest this in front of your boyfriend. I would treat you much better than a son of Zeus would. Blah, blah, blah. That is actually terrifying. She's 15, you creep! Ugh. Kill him! Kill him!
I didn't say stronger, Piper corrected. I said he's better. She concentrated on all the good things she shared with Jason Grace, soaring upwards in the Grand Canyon, walking on the beach at Camp Half-Blood, holding hands at the sing-along and watching the stars. Oh, okay. I mean, I feel like during this book in particular, I wasn't too sure about Piper and Jason, just because when you put them next, oh my god, when you put them next to Percy and Annabeth, it's like, they just feel so much more unsure about their relationship. So having this moment to really solidify their feelings toward each other and to solidify Piper's feelings about him, it was really sweet. Yeah, I want them to be happy. They deserve it. That was really sweet. He'd never let Gaius spill his blood for any task, and there was no way he'd let anyone hurt Annabeth. She had to go on this quest. The fate of the world might depend on it, but part of him wanted to say, forget the world. He didn't want to be without her. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I can't take this. You guys told me, you did tell me there was going to be a lot of Percy and Annabeth in this book. You didn't tell me it was going to be like every other line. Like every other line was going to have me clutching my chest being like, dolphin pirates. What? Oh my god, I'm sorry. This is the funniest scene. Our captain will take you. Who the f is your captain? He appears only when he wishes, our great leader. Yes, the great Dionysus. Yes, see how they fall into the wine madness. Is that our wine madness. Diet Coke. Oh no, Frank is turning into a crazy dolphin. Oh no, Frank is turning into a crazy dolphin. Oh no, I am turning into a crazy dolphin. I gotta do a full unhinged scene skit of that unhinged scene. That was so funny. Oh, my mic wasn't on that whole time. Sorry, I don't know what the sound quality is gonna be like on this. First, he didn't feel powerful. The more heroic stuff he did, the more he realized how limited he was. He felt like a fraud. I'm not as great as you think, he wanted to warn his friends. His failures, like tonight, seemed to prove it. Maybe that's why he had started to fear suffocation. It wasn't so much drowning in the earth or the sea, but the feeling that he was sinking into too many expectations, literally getting in over his head. Spare some therapy for Percy's PTSD, please? I feel like with each Heroes of Olympus book, Rick's writing has gotten stronger, or maybe the characters are just maturing, but it feels so much deeper and more introspective, and I love it. Percy and Annabeth going out to lunch in Rome together, a little Roman date. I'm just gonna close the book here, and I'm gonna stop it, and then I'm gonna say, and then they went on their date, and they lived happily ever after. Nothing bad happened to them ever again. You shouldn't feel ashamed, Annabeth said. Swords can't solve every problem. You saved us in the end. In spite of himself, Percy smiled. How do you do that? You always know what I'm thinking. I know you, she said. And you like me anyway, Percy wanted to ask, but he held it back. For months, a huge chunk of our lives was taken away. If I lost you again. I need a second. I feel like I'm going insane. Also, shout out to Gregory Peck and Audrey Hepburn. Finally, a couple of gods that are just normal. They're chill. They're just living their life as gods should. They're not making their lack of therapy the entire universe's problem. They're just driving around on their scooter. They're shopping. They're enjoying Rome. Ooh, this is getting kind of scary. Annabeth has just embarked on her Indiana Jones adventure. Annabeth figuring out things like getting through this with the power of her intelligence means so much to me, because I love the framing. I might have said this before. I love the framing of intelligence as a superpower, as powerful and useful and valuable as Percy being able to manipulate water or Jason flying. I think that is such a great message for kids reading this book. The Big Mother knows all, a ghost cried. That is our most closely guarded secret. Then maybe you shouldn't put a statue of it on your altar, Annabeth thought, but she was thankful for a stupid male ghost. If they'd let women warriors into their cult, they might have learned some common sense. Rick Riordan, my feminist king, I love you. I could feel that ankle bone snap. That was so visceral. Oh my god. Actually, the thought of anyone dying, I was just under the impression that like everyone at this point has plot armor, like because all of the 7 of them are main characters, so they're all gonna be fine. But I'm starting to get scared. I'm taking deep breaths, and I'm thinking about how nice it's gonna be when this is all done and she finishes her quest and she reunites with Percy and they can just go relax and have a picnic together. Just gonna hold on to that.
Oh, my sweet summer child.
Am I legally allowed to skip the pages with the horde of angry spiders?
Why, spiders?
Oh, the giant spider. Here comes the giant spider. No, if I was a demigod, I'm simply not doing it. I have to face a giant spider or everyone's gonna die. Guess everyone's gonna die. Wait! They just leave me with that cliffhanger and then go back to Leo. No offense to Leo. I do not want to read about Leo, whatever Leo's going through right now. I need to know if Annabeth is okay. All the ladies love Leo. Leo, that is my son, Your Honor. Leo, what am I gonna do with you? What am I going to do with you? Okay. Update, so the ghosts can possess machines now. That's not completely terrifying at all. Just these chapters of just straight Leo have been beautiful. They have been beautiful to read. I know how you think, said the wolf head. I vowed not to possess you again, but I can still kill you. First, you don't know me, he told the wolf head. And second, bye. Leo Valdez, the spirit howled. Open this gate or I will kill you. A fair and generous offer, Leo said. My God. Who is it? Leo called. Valdez, Wolfhead bellowed. Valdez who? Leo asked. I can't! In summary, Leo saved the day and, like, almost took me out because I could not stop laughing this whole chapter. But he also opened the fortune cookie. Please don't take away his eyeballs. You are trapped in my embrace, Gaia said. Meanwhile, Annabeth Chase faces her death alone, terrified and crippled, at the hands of her mother's greatest enemy. The others, Jason Grace, Piper McLean, and my dear friend Percy Jackson, they will perish within minutes. No. I'm sweating. I'm having heart palpitations. My hands are numb. I actually feel like this is the most terrified I've been out of any Percy Jackson book that I've read. What do you mean everyone is 2 seconds away from dying? No, they're not. And I just don't trust that nobody's going to die. Like, I don't trust that anymore. Like, before I would have been like, okay, like, but it's fine. They all have, like, main character plot armor. No! Oh, wait, I'm scared. Wait, I don't want to keep reading. I'm scared, but I want to keep reading because I'm scared. I need to, like, find out what happens.
Don't make unnecessary journeys. Don't take risks on treacherous roads. And don't swim in the sea.
And now they're going to the place that Piper saw them drowning in. And Percy, of course, we know has this fear of drowning for the entire book. And it's Jason's birthday. It's his birthday. Give the kid a break. Give me, the reader, a break! Nymph mummies that want to suck the life out of them? Okay. They are currently drowning. This is not a drill. They are currently drowning. Wait, hang on. No, wait. 'Cause something better not happen to Piper. Because she just compared herself to, like, the skeleton dog in the story that sacrificed itself and died and, like, to save everyone. No. Okay. Thank the gods. Thank Rick Riordan, I guess. Because they are okay. I really thought someone was going to die was so sure Piper was about to die. I was like, this is it. This is it. I was about to have a heart attack. Hold on, let me catch my breath. Okay. I know. They have plot armor. Because I was just thinking about how in the original 5 Percy Jackson books, it was like the third one when we first got like a major death. And that's why I was like, we're going to have a major death in this one. But I feel like if I pass the third book threshold and no one dies, we're safe, right? Like, we're good. Okay, so Queen Piper saving the day. I love Piper saving the day through not only her wits, but like a legend from her own culture rather than Greek mythology. I think that's really cool. I also love that she basically saved the day through the power of her goodness and her love, like her love for Jason and like all the good things inside of her. I really appreciate that these books continually show that you don't have to be like physically strong, like a fighter in the physical sense, in order to save the day. Like your qualities and your heart are just as strong and important as any like physical power. I think that is, I really like that. Oh my god, okay. Nico was alive. Repeat, Nico was alive. We're okay there. Oh god, this book is stressing me out. Also, these theater kid giants are like, they're putting a bad name on the rest of us theater kids. Yes, okay. Dionysus or whatever, I don't remember what his Roman name is, I'm gonna be honest. Okay. I thought Percy and Jason were toast. I did never expect to be so happy to see Dionysus showing up.
A few moments later.
Never mind. Bro is useless. I don't know what I expected. I don't know why I keep expecting the gods to do something helpful for once. Yet I'm continually being let down. # Luke was right. Wait, that's so funny because I literally said Percy just had the exact same internal monologue as what I just said. Percy was about the same age now as Luke had been then. He could understand how Luke became so spiteful. In the past 5 years, Percy had been a pawn too many times. The Olympians seemed to take turns using him for their schemes. Maybe the gods were better than the Titans, or the Giants, or Gaia, but that didn't make them good or wise. It didn't make Percy like this stupid arena battle. Canon experience to grow up and be like, wait, the adults in charge of us are terrible, actually. I mean, besides the fact that, of course, Luke was like manipulated by Kronos, maybe it's just like since all the demigods die young, they don't live long enough to get angry enough to like maybe if there was an older subset of the Greek population, maybe Luke would have won the war. I'm just saying. All right, recap. So their friends rescued them while Dionysus continued to be useless. And my poor baby child Nico was apparently in Tartarus. I am revoking your Nico privileges, Rick Riordan. I am stealing him from you. I am taking him away and I'm going to put him somewhere nice and safe. Nico shook his head. It's impossible. I'm the son of Hades and even I barely survived. Gaia's forces overwhelmed me instantly. They're so powerful down there. No demigod would stand a chance. I almost went insane. Nico's eyes looked like shattered glass. Percy wondered sadly if something inside him had broken permanently. Nope. Nobody better touch my son ever again. Okay. Oh my god. We're back to Annabeth. We're back to Annabeth and the spider. Okay, she's okay for now. Annabeth, my queen, outsmarting Arachne using the power of her mind. I love it. I'll say it 1,000,000 times. I love it. I feel like over time, also, separate thought. The monsters in this book, or in the series, I feel like are written a lot more sympathetically than they were in the original series. Like, I mean, definitely that was always present in the original books. Like I said, there's always good gray area and nuance, but it was still always justified to an extent that even if there was gray area, that there was a reason, like the monsters deserved what they got. But it's so interesting here that you have Annabeth really stopping to consider that maybe Arachne, am I saying that right, was innocent and didn't deserve what she got. Like, I cannot decide with Luke, but it's a really interesting idea that the gods created the monsters because of their own flaws. Annabeth. No, Annabeth. Your fatal flaw, Annabeth! It'll be safer in Mount Olympus. It will unite the children of Athena. Thank you for keeping it safe all these centuries. You've done Athena a great service. Annabeth! Annabeth, stop talking! All these thoughts came too late. Spiders began swarming into the chamber. What did I say? What did I say, Annabeth? I can't even be mad, because that would kind of be me in that situation, too. I would also behave the same way, but... She realized her best efforts had not been enough. She wouldn't make it out of here. Arachne's children would kill her at the feet of her mother's statue. Percy, she thought, I'm sorry. At the moment the chamber groaned, the caverns... I can't even think about her last thought being about Percy because I am too afraid right now of what is about to happen. What is about to happen? Oh! Oh, yes! Yes! Okay. Whew. We are good. The explosion was the Argo 2 coming through the ceiling. Never mind. I love reading and I love Percy Jackson and I'm having a great time, actually. This is... Okay, I feel a lot better now. Suddenly, Percy was next to her, lacing his fingers in hers. He turned her gently away from the pit and wrapped his arms around her. She buried her face in his chest and broke down in tears. It's okay, he said, we're together. He didn't say you're okay or we're alive. After all they'd been through over the last year, he knew the most important thing was that they were together. She loved him for saying that. Okay, so now they have the statue. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still a little confused how the statue is supposed to fix everything, like, but that I guess I'll find that out in the next book. I am just so glad that, like, we got this, we have, like, sort of a happy like, everyone is together. Percy and Annabeth are back together, and, like, everyone, you know, I was scared. I was scared, but we're good, and I can breathe, and we're fine. Oh my god, did I speak too soon? Hold up. No. Wait, are they gonna lose the statue? After everything Annabeth went through to get that statue, the statue's gonna fall, isn't it? I can't deal with this. Wait. No. Oh my god, and there's only 5 pages left. Wait, no, because, okay, I just remembered Frank can turn into a bird. So he's gonna swoop in and save them. It's fine. It's gonna be fine. Did that actually just happen? I'm sweating. Wait. Oh my god. I guess, like, oh my god. What just happened? In retrospect, maybe I should have seen that coming because they were talking about how someone had to close the doors from inside. And so, like, I guess I should have seen something like this coming, but there were 5 pages left, and everyone was safe and happy as the end of a book is supposed to be. So, I thought the statue was gonna fall. Like, I thought when it all started going down, I'm like, oh my god, that's gonna be like the tragedy at the end of the book. They're gonna lose the statue after all they went through to get it, but. Why did none of you warn me? I mean, thank you for not spoiling me, but, like, you were all like, oh, there's such good Percebath in this book. Like, I can't wait for you to read it. Nah, did none of you fail to mention the ending was gonna rip my heart out and, like, send me into a coma? Wait, there's more, though. I still have, like, 5 more pages. This is where it's like, oh, it's a trick, and actually Frank flew in and saved them.
Well, it's from Leo's perspective, so let's see. Yeah, he took one last look at the cityscape of Rome, turning blood red in the sunset. Festus raised the sails. We've got some friends to save. Are you serious? What? Okay. Okay. I took a few minutes and I did some deep breathing. And you know what the insane thing I thought of was, you guys, and by you guys I mean like the people who read the books as they came out, you guys had to wait what, like like a year? I don't know how long, like how spaced apart the books, but like you had to wait like probably like a year after this book came out with that ending before you got to find out what happened. That's crazy. How did you cope with that? Okay, I don't know. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna attempt to make myself feel better, but with the fact that both Percy and Annabeth are together down there, because I can just imagine if after all that, if like they sort of had their Clint and Natasha moment, Avengers Endgame moment, and just like they were fighting over who fell and one of them fell down there, like either Percy or Annabeth, I would have actually just died. Like, I would have just laid down on the floor and died. So I'm going to at least appreciate, I'm trying to make myself feel better, that they are together, experiencing suffering together. Yay! I know I said the last book was my favorite after I read it, but this book is definitely my favorite. I don't know. I love pain and suffering, and I hate myself. No, it's actually, okay, well, first of all, it was really, really nice having, gosh, after all that build up and Percy being missing, it was so, so nice to have a whole book of Percy and Annabeth together, because obviously they got together at the end of the original series and we didn't really get to like see them together. I think there was a short story I read in like the Demigod File Diaries, one of those, where they were like together, and that was nice, but I never really got to experience them together. And so that was like such a big highlight of this book, and like I said, seeing them from other people's perspectives was so fun. Okay, I took a little time, forgive me, to write some notes down that I want to talk about because like I said, this ending messed up, scrambled my brains, so I needed to like get my thoughts together. But what I wanted to say was, I love the problem that this book has set up, which is like, how do you end generational hate, right? Like, how are you going to heal a 2,000-year-old rift in order to come together and defeat the real threat to you, the real enemy? Arden could have written the series just by making the Roman demigods be the new enemy that Percy has to face, and like them be sort of the antagonists. But I like what he did instead was basically showing that the hate they have for each other is absolutely useless, and the real enemy they should be working together against is weaponizing this inherited hate in order to gain power. It's very, if you want to see me talk more about this theme, I talk about it a lot in my Defense of Gail Hawthorne video I've mentioned, but it adds such a complex layer to the story. And the Percy Jackson books have never been just good and evil. There's always so much depth and complexity and gray area, and I love both the Percy Jackson series I read for doing that. I loved finally seeing all the characters come together. I think the dynamic between them worked really well. It can be hard when you have so many characters to balance, giving each character their own story and having them interact with each other, and how's that going to work? But he did it really, really, really well. It kind of almost reminded me of like the second and third Lord of the Rings book, where you kind of have each little story of the different like groups of characters going off on their own, but then it sort of culminates together in like the larger story being told. I think that's really cool. Well, maybe I'll wait a year before I read the next one to get a fully authentic experience like you guys had. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. Seriously, thank you for being so patient with the like sort of timing of how I release these videos. I have been like sort of dealing with this like chronically sickness thing recently, and that I'm trying to recover from. And like, even though I desperately wanted to keep reading because I wanted to find out what happened, I just felt like I couldn't, in like the state I was in, like give you the video you deserved. Like, I just knew it wouldn't have been good, and I felt like I owed it to you to like give you a good video instead of just like rushing to get something out. Like, I don't think it would have been fun to watch where I was like half dead. I'm not dying, I'm fine. But I don't think it would have been fun. Anyway, I'm not going to go TMI on my health, but like, thank you for being patient. I am utterly terrified. I am utterly terrified for the next book. I fear that the giant spider may have just been a teaser for what awaits me in the monster pit. I hope at least on the bright side, there's... God, this is the bright side. I hope at least on the bright side, if this is the bright side, there's going to be a lot of Percy and Annabeth, like, together in the next book and, like, just chapters of them. Of course, I love all my children equally. But, yeah. I mean, I really missed Nico, too. I'm really... excited to hopefully see more of Nico in the next book, and like, hopefully, like, don't do anything else to him though, Rick. Like, I want to see him, but like in a happy, peaceful sort of way. Like, tuck him into bed and read him a story, you know? Yeah, please do let me know, I guess in a non-spoilery way, whether I will survive the next book, because I barely survived this one. And also, I want to know, if you read these as they were coming out, what it was like dealing with that cliffhanger of an ending. Oh! I get it now! Wait! So I had seen a couple comments that was like, Mark of Athena ends on a cliffhanger, and it was kind of written in like, a cliffhanger sort of way. And I just thought it kind of, like, when I was getting to the end, I'm like, oh, it just means like, we don't know what's going to happen next. Like, they got the statue, but is it going to heal the rift? Like, I thought that was sort of the cliffhanger they were getting at. And then I'm like, oh, it was a cliffhanger in the sense that Percy and Annabeth fell through. We don't know what's going to happen. But now I'm like, oh, it was a cliffhanger. They were literally hanging. Okay, I'm going to stop the video now.